morning, guys. What is today? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to everyone. Welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's Daily Free Winner Show. It's brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. We've got a great show, guys. It might be hump day, but I'm going to tell you right now, we've got one of the best panels we've ever had, and we are very, very excited that one of our regulars that's usually on Mondays is going to be switching over to Wednesdays. Let's bring this great panel on. Let's go round the horn. The Greek god of soccer, Pavlos Laguretos. That handsome son of a gun, Ross Benjiman. And talking about handsome, guys, Kevin Thomas. Let me start with Pavlos. Good morning, Pavlos. How's things in Greece?
It's been going great. The weather is fine. Still, you think it's summer. If you sit in the sun, you can really get a nice tan. Soccer's been going great. Porto in the Champions League. I couldn't be happier. There's a lot of soccer going on. In about 1 month and a half, we'll have the World Cup. So we have Champions League. We have the European competitions. Then you have the World Cup. I seriously couldn't be happier, guys. Everything is really, really good. I hope everything is fine with you guys, and I hope you have just as luck in your personal lives and in your professional lives as well.
You're so sweet, Pavlos. You really are, and we love having you on the show. By the way, Pavlos, I was watching the NFL game that was played in London the other day, and the entire cast of Ted Lasso was in the stands going nuts. And immediately, Dionne and I thought of you because every time we think of soccer, we think of you. Let's go over to Ross. Ross Benjiman, happy Wednesday to you. We are very excited to have Ross joining us on Wednesdays now. Ross, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. Hump day, buddy. But, I'm rearing to go. Got a good feel for the cards this weekend, meaning college football, the NFL. And, hey, Major League Baseball playoffs on Friday, Joey.
Great stuff.
What do you think, buddy? Has the Yankees got a chance at all?
I think they have a very good chance. I was going to bring some stuff up a little bit later on, talk with Kevin, because he's like our baseball aficionado. But I want you to know, Russ, to answer your question, I was a little worried for several weeks after All-Star break, but over the last month, the Yankees seem to have picked it up. Their pitching has settled down. Their hitting is right there. And I think that, and I'm going to talk to Kevin later on the show about this, about Aaron Judge getting that 60-second yesterday. I wouldn't put it past that. From what I read, I think they're going to sit him today. They
should. I mean, they really should. They can't. Should. I mean, they can't improve their positioning or seating. So I don't know why. I mean, up until this point, you're playing him because he needs to hit the 62nd. So it would be stupid if they played him today. Let me go out on a limb.
As a Yankee fan, I am excited about the fact that a Yankee got it. And a lot of people said at the beginning of the season that it wasn't the smartest move, him not signing a big contract. Well, you know what? He's going to be offered arguably one of the biggest contracts in the history of the sport. So I do think them getting on. I will tell you, as a Yankee fan, the only team that scares me in all of baseball is the Houston Astros. If they can get past, they've got to play the winner of Tampa Bay, Cleveland. By the way, I got in trouble last week. I said the Indians, and somebody got on me about that. Guys, ease back. I'm Italian.
Yeah, really.
I don't get mad. I don't get mad.
Get something better to do with your life.
Ross, I got to be honest with you. As an Italian, I get mad. I don't get pissed every time I pass Chef Boyardee in the grocery aisle. I'll tell you that.
Hey, Kevin, I made a bet on a futures bet on the Mets plus 850. I took a chance with. I know DeGrom and Scherzer aren't pitching good at this present time, but I like those two guys at the top of the rotation, especially in a short series, the opening series. So I'm just curious to hear your thoughts. Anyway.
Well, and on that note, let's welcome Kevin. Kevin, good morning.
We're glad you're here. Doing?
Kevin, why don't you take advantage? Why don't you take this time to answer?
I'm not worried about the Mets pitching, and their bullpen's really good. I'm looking more at Sterling Marte if he's going to play or not. Everyone talks about Alonso and this and that, and he's the heart because he hits a lot of home runs. But I love a guy that can bat 300 consistently, and he's a stud. I think he's a difference maker in any series. So I would look more at him if he's playing or not because, like you said, DeGrom, and Scherzer haven't been lights out. But this is playoff now, so you can expect them both to show up big time.
By the way, Kevin, Ross, Pavlos, I just realized this as I'm looking around the horn at the panel. This is like the panel of like The Bachelorette, where you got like the female host and 3 good-looking guys vying to date like somebody. But guys, I want to tell you, it's a great day today here over at Sports Memo. We've got some great discounts we're going to tell you about. We've got some great things we're going to tell you about. But we've got some great free plays today. And, Ross just mentioned, we've got baseball playoffs. We've got NBA on the horizon. We've got NHL around the corner, really. We've got soccer. We've got so many great things happening right now. We've got the panel today. We're going to be covering all different sports for you guys. But I got to start my show like I start every show. Good morning, Dionne.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Your voice is back to normal.
It's getting there.
Yeah, mine is too. Yesterday we were hurting a little bit. We must have doused down about 3 cups of water during the show each. We were hurting, but guys, we are happy to be back with one of the best panels out there. Real quick, little bit of fluff. Friday night, it's not unusual to be loved by Tom Jones. Dionne and I are going to go to the Wynn, go see Tom Jones. We have not decided if we're going to go to SW Steakhouse or Sinatra's. Can't go wrong either place, but we will be at the Wynn on Friday. Next week, we're excited, guys. I got to tell you, Ross, Pavlos, Kevin, as huge sports people, obviously that goes without saying, and to everybody out there, coming from New York, living in Las Vegas, I was not a NASCAR person. Ross, you're going to really appreciate this because you're a New Yorker, just like I am. I'm not a NASCAR guy.
I'd rather watch the paint dry.
Me too. But Ross, I want to tell you.
That's what you used to say.
But I will tell you, living in Vegas, the NASCAR events that come to town and that happen throughout the country over the last 30 years, we got a very big NASCAR following that come to Vegas several times a year. Having said that, when we put the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in here a couple decades ago, that they really come to town and they make a week of it. I will tell you, some of the nicest groups of people, and I hate to classify this group, that group, you'll always get NASCAR people. Now, Ross, I am not a NASCAR guy, all right? I always wanted them to turn right or, something like that. But I will tell you this. We got a friend, Josh Williams. He will be racing here next week, and we're going to be in the pit with him. I can't believe they let me in the pit. But, Ross, I will tell you, I jumped in his car one day, and I started driving it during trials early in the morning, and people were freaking out. But I got to tell you, Ross,
wrong direction.
I will tell you this. As an American, as a sports fan, and as just somebody who believes in the goodness of people, and I'm going to cry right now, I have never seen a sporting event that is as respected of our country and of one another, like the NASCAR events. Now, sports fans, you can say what you want about NASCAR if you're not into it. I'm into it. Ross, every event, there is a prayer and everybody stands. I see people that are on crutches, that are in wheelchairs, that get up and they hold themselves during the national anthem and then the prayer, no matter who you pray to or if you pray. Everybody respects the prayer. And I've got to tell you, it is a beautiful thing because to me, sports isn't just about, and I can't believe I'm saying this crap, isn't just about making money. To me, I love sports because I feel it brings a healthy competition. I could talk about the Yankees and Kevin could talk about the Phillies and they could play each other and we don't hate each other. It's a healthy competition.
It brings people together.
And it brings the community together. Having said that, Ross, I have never in my life, and I've seen every sport everywhere all over this world, I've never seen a community come together like that of NASCAR community.
Yeah. It doesn't shock me. That's been existent for years. And that came to the forefront too when a lot of the NFL players weren't standing during or kneeling down during the national anthem. They used NASCAR as an example of how people were so respectful to our country. Again, look at. I don't want to get into why NFL players kneel. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just bringing up the topic of what you just alluded to.
And I will tell you this, I love this country, and I'm not going to get into some argument.
No, you're in the pit stop. I want to see you change some tires, man.
Let me tell you something, man. We get in there. The best is when Josh Williams pulls over and he pit stops. I say, you need to go to the bathroom, need me to take the wheel for 20 laps? And he'll laugh his ass off. But Josh Williams, he's a young phenom in NASCAR, one of the sweetest guys. But by the way, Ross, none of these racers, none of them, from the guys that are just starting out, Kevin and Pavlos, from the guys that are just starting out and that are eager to make a name, to the guys that make 10, 20 million a year in endorsements, None of them have egos. They are all there for their fans. They love their fans. You walk around, because we get to walk around the pits. They're all barbecuing, having fun, and even the biggest names in NASCAR, come on over. Come on, we got some ribs on the grill. Would you like a beer? We can't have a beer, but you can have a beer. They are the nicest people, and I got to tell you, we're looking forward to it. We believe our good friend Marco, as you know, over at Wager Talk, one of our bosses over at Wager Talk, Marco, is going to join us with his lovely wife. We're looking forward to that. We got some friends that are going to be joining us. We're going to all be in the pit. I'm sure I'll get in trouble again for doing something dumb, but you know what? I just want to say, we love you, Josh Williams will be there with you. You got our full support.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Joe. Back in the old days, what could we do with a guy like Pablo? Look at this guy. He looks like he's on a covert operation.
I got to tell you, though, but he's extremely
a secret
handsome.
spy, man.
Let me tell you, man, spy or not, I don't even care.
Sunglasses on, the good hairdo.
Listen, over the years, they say even Elvis was a spy. So I got to tell you, man, I think Pavlos, maybe he can't sing like Elvis, but he can pick winners better than Elvis. I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you what, Pavlos' black belt is for real. I'll tell you that.
You haven't heard my singing voice yet, Joey.
I love him. Actually, just up in Time Hop the other day, we were with Priscilla like 3 years ago today. We were enjoying a show. Our good friend Clint Holmes was there, and we were there with Priscilla Presley, and we were picking a brain about Elvis because, Elvis is still Elvis, and there's still a phenomenon around him. So having said all that, guys, we got some new features here on the First Family Show. They're going to take place any day. Be on the lookout for that, because I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to want to miss any of this. We're going to have brand new guests never before on the Sports Memo
Looking
TV.
forward to that.
This is a first. So be on that. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're still a Sports Memo brand, and guys like Ross and Kevin and Pavlos are the cornerstone of what we do here on the First Family Show and at Sports Memo TV. So, guys, real quick, we are live, so the floor is open. If you have any questions, we'll try to get to you during the show. I know we got a little fluff, and I know we got to go, but this is a good time in the morning here. Not only are we bringing you good, solid content, we're having good times, and you're getting great betting insights, because I picked the brains of Pavlos about soccer, about Ross with his years of betting insights, and Kevin, who's one of the sharpest minds in sports betting today, the way he looks at things. Even though I'm one of the most successful guys in this business, guys, I'm going to tell you now, I am never above bettering myself or opening myself up to learning from Pavlos, Ross, or Kevin. And guys, no matter how good you are, no matter how good of a ball player you are, if somebody else has a different way for you to keep healthy, stay strong, or stay good, you open your ears and open your eyes and close your mouth, and that's what I do. And I am proud to be here with Pavlos, Ross, and Kevin. Having said that, Dion's got a couple discounts. We're going to go into some free winners. Dion, it's all you, baby.
That's right. We have a new
God,
discount that started on Monday. Any package $25 more, you can get $10 off. All you have to do is use code MEMO10 upon checkout. And also, don't forget to head on over to the deals page over at Sports Memo. Some of your favorite cappers have some really special deals going on right now. So right after the show, head on over to the deals page.
And by the way, Kevin, I got to tell you, I'm not a parlay guy. To me, that's a 4-letter word. I'm not a parlay guy. I'm a meat and potatoes guy, guys. All right. I'm a meat and potatoes guy. I'd rather go 1-0 or 2-0 than go 6-4. I don't put a lot of volume out. Whoever does in the business and whoever likes to bet that, if you're making money, more power to you. For me, less is more, and I'm not a parlay guy, all right? To me, parlay is a 4-letter word. And although I'm Italian and I like to curse a lot, 4-letter words are no-no in my house. I used to get hit with the wooden spoon. So Ross knows that. But having said that, Kevin, I think you'll be interested in knowing at the beginning of the season, I made a 6-team parlay. I put the New York Yankees, the Cleveland Guardians, the Houston Astros, the Atlanta Braves, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Los Angeles Dodgers in a 6-teamer in the future to win their divisions, and I hit it. I bet it for $200 5 times. Bet it 5 times, bet a dime on it. I thought it was worth it. Every year I always get 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 6. Let me bet it. What the heck? It came in, so I'm looking forward. I didn't.
And the payoff was? What was the payoff?
I don't know offhand. I gotta look. I'm very. You know what?
Still haven't cashed it.
Buddy, it's in my safe. I have a couple of safes in the house. I think it's in the walk-in safe. I don't even know where the hell it is. I got to go find it. It's probably there with my old hairpiece. But having said that, let's go into some free winners, guys. He is a pioneer of the sports betting industry. We are happy to have him here on Wednesdays from now on. Ross Benjiman, walk it like he talk it. He's off to another great start on the gridiron, both college and pro football. Guys, he's a perennial leaderboard fixture in baseball. And I got to tell you, on the hardwood, NBA's around the corner. He's one of the best in the history of NBA at handicapping that and putting out winners for people like yourself. Let's go to Ross Benjamin. He's going to tell you what he's excited about on the premium side, and he's got a free winner for you. Ross, it's all you.
Well, thank you, Joe. You know, Joe, when I first met you, you were something, but after a couple of years of working with you, you're something else, pal. Anyway, the Denver Broncos are -3.5 on Thursday night against the Indianapolis Colts, and Indianapolis is off to a 1-3 start, but they're a much better team than the 1-3 start indicates. I mean, he just got off to a bad start. And here's the thing, under Frank Reich, in their last 5 games as an away underdog, all have occurred since the start of last season. 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 as an away underdog, on top of the fact they won 4 of those 5 games straight up. And since 11-18, Denver, on the other hand, 1-6 straight up in ATS is a home favorite of 3.5 or less. And additionally, if since 11-19 of 2017, Denver 0-5 straight up in ATS is a home favorite of -3.5 off a straight up loss. And they are coming off a loss last week against the Las Vegas Raiders. And Denver, to me, I've been saying this since the start of the season, and I'll say it again. This is an overhyped team, overvalued team. And like I alluded to, they're going to be facing a 1-3 team that's much better than their record indicates. And this is a game that I think Indianapolis will finally get the running game together. Now, I know Jonathan Taylor's been practicing with a boot all week, but I do, beyond Jonathan Taylor, I think that Indianapolis will have an easier time of establishing a run against Denver. Why? Well, this is a Denver team that gave up over 200 yards rushing last week in that loss to the Raiders. I am going to go with the Indianapolis Colts here. Take the 3.5 over Denver.
Guys, Ross Benjiman, who is a pioneer in the sports betting industry, says take the Colts. Plus, we have Ross, very quickly. If this line moves to 3, what do you advise our viewers to do?
3 is fine. I would take it at 3, 3.5. If 2.5, I would. If it gets down to 2.5, I would definitely buy it up to 3. Pay the extra juice. Look, the juice only counts when you lose, right? So it's not a sign of weakness, folks, on key numbers in the NFL and college football. It's just smart sports wagering. Is what it comes down to. So that would be my advice. Joe, just a friendly reminder, I've started the season, the NFL season, that is 17-9, good for 65%. My college football picks since October 30th of last year, 55-39, which is around 58%. That'll make you a lot of money with that type of volume of plays. So check me out. All my streaks are right on my page at sportsmemo.com.
And by the way, guys, I remember Ross from back in the day. He used to go streaking in his personal life. I love Ross. By the way,
God help us all if that occurs again.
By the way, Ross, Jesse Schul, who's one of our he's a cornerstone here at Sports Memo. We love him, and he's done a lot of work here in the First Family Show.
My man.
Absolutely loves you. Says if you say the Colts, he's taking the Colts. He's off to a great job. By the way, our good friend Garrick says he's rolling with you, Ross. He loves you. Well, he's a great guy, this guy.
Thank you.
And by the way, Pavlos, we got a question for you later on during your segment. Ross, guys, is doing great work over at Sports Memo. He's killing it. College and pro football, NBA's right around the corner. I know we got some great customer appreciation discounts over at Sports Memo. We also got, you get anything over $25 or more, you get $10 off. So if you want an individual pick, you want to dip the toe, I'm going to promise you, you follow Ross dipping your toe, you're going to dive right into the Ross pool. He's one of the best ever. Ross has to leave. He's got to take off, man. I think he's dating one of the Kardashians or BB Rexa or somebody. Actually, word is that he's dating Cardi B. I got to tell you, he likes him young. I love Ross.
She would kill me.
I love him.
Anyway, hey,
you made me snort, Ross. I love you. Guys, Ross,
Kevin and Pavlo. Kevin, nice to meet you. And I hear nothing but good things about you. And I look forward to working with you in the future. Pavlo, always a pleasure. And I love you two in the top left-hand corner there. Have a great week, guys, and knock them dead.
By the way, Ross, if we were on the Hollywood Squares, we might be in the top left corner, but you would be the center square. I just want you to know that. We love you, Ross. Good luck today. Good luck this weekend.
Good luck, Ross.
All right, good luck. Guys.
Take
I
care
love you.
now. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Ross will be back every Wednesday. Sports fans, I want you to know, go over to Sports Memo after the show. Take advantage of those great customer appreciation discounts. Let's go over to Pavlos Laguretos. Later on, Pavlos, we're going to have a question for you after because I want to get to you, Dionne, Kevin, and me's free plays. But afterwards, if you stick around, we have a question specifically for you from one of our regulars. And we got tons and tons of questions. And I know that you're going to answer him.
Yep.
I am not going to put up what Jesse just wrote. I am not putting that up, Jesse. I love you. I love you. You got to love Jesse. He a little comment about Cardi B. And her, I'm not going to even say it. I love you, Jesse. You're the best. Guys, Pavlos Laguretos is the best I've ever seen in any sport. And I've been doing this for 43 years now. I know I look good for my age, but I've been doing it since I'm 10 years old with football sheets and school. I've never seen somebody as successful in any individual sport as Pavlos is in soccer. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's excited about on the premium side. And he's got another free winner for you. And then afterwards, and hopefully he sticks around, we'll get to the question from you later on, my friend. Let's go. That's from my good friend Mixed by Post. We love you. Let's go to Pavlos Laguretos. Pavlos, the floor is yours.
Okay, as I said before, I'm coming off a nice win with my 5% in the Champions League yesterday. I'm now 3-0 with this 5% in the Champions League this season. 14-5 if you count all my 5% top bets in the season. 72.2% win rate is a really nice amount if you ask me. 14-5 with plus 41.15. It's been going really good. I have another one for tonight, 5% Champions League blaster. I have a 4% Champions League best bet for tonight. I have a Champions League 2-pack. I have a 4% MLS smart bet for tonight and a 4% Europa League best bet for tomorrow. Now, onwards to our free play. It's from the Europa League tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about the match between Arsenal and Bodo Glimt. Arsenal, they've actually played just one match in this Europa League group stage. They've won it, of course, by 2-1. And Bodo Glimt have played 2 matches. They have 4 points with a win and a draw. Now, here's the thing. Arsenal, they need the win in order to leapfrog Bodo Glimt in the standings. They can do it, of course, with even a draw, but there's still a lot of fluidity in this group so far. And Bodo Glimt, they're one of the best Norwegian sides. They are dominating their league. They're 10-2 to the both teams to score in the last 12 matches in all competitions. And that includes both previous matches in the Europa League group stage in the last month or two. They're also 7-1 to the both teams to score in their last 8 away matches in all competitions. Now, Arsenal, they're using their backup side in these Europa League matches, but they're getting the job done. And however, their defense is something that worries me a little bit because they haven't kept a single clean sheet at home so far in the season. They've played 4 matches and they've kept 0 clean sheets at home. But they've won all 4. So they've won, but conceded in all 4 home matches. Now, they're 5-1 to the both teams to score in their last 6 matches in all competitions. And as I said, 4-0 at home. Now, this is a match where Bodo Glimt will try to steal something. Bodo Glimt, they can remain at the top spot, even temporarily, with a draw here. I just don't see a low-scoring match in this occasion. Arsenal, they have a soft defense, especially when they use their backup side, which they're pretty good players, but they just don't seem to keep clean sheets. And now, Bodo Glimt, one of the best Norwegian teams, are coming to town, and I just see both teams to score here at minus 110, and I'm all over that. I think that's a very fair price, and it covers a lot of potential outcomes. So Arsenal Bodo Glimt, 3 p.m. Eastern, Europa League on Thursday. We're going to take both teams to score minus 110.
Arsenal Bodo, both teams to score minus 110 from the Greek god of soccer, Pavlos Laguretos. Guys, I say it, and I'll repeat myself, but that doesn't make it any less true. Pavlos is the best I've ever seen in soccer. After this show, go over, follow Pavlos. I got to tell you, not only those 4 and 5 units plays goes, I got to tell you, those 10 unit plays that he releases, absolute money. And I believe on the 13 plays I've put in that I followed Pavlos on this show, I am 13-0. Go follow Pavlos after the show. You're going to follow him to the bank. Pavlos, you stick around. We've got a question for you later, if that's okay.
Yes, of course.
Now, guys, I know we're going to go to Dionne next, but I want to go to Kevin because we got a lot of people that are asking for Kevin. It's been a week. He's been very patient. He's chomping at the bit to tell you how he's been doing because I see him all over the leaderboard at Sports Rebel. 3, 7, 30 days, multiple sports. I want him to tell you how he's been doing. I want him to tell you what he's excited about maybe today and over the next few days, maybe even through the weekend on the gridiron. And I want him to give you his free play because I'm excited about it. It's the first one on the show this season. So let's go to Kevin Thomas. Kevin, all you.
I'm jumping the third. All right, nice. I'm actually on a nice hot streak. Past week, actually the past 2 weeks. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been following how good I'm doing. I've been a lot of business going on at home with mom and stuff. So I try to get down there as much as I can. So I still, though, I do the research, put the picks up, just the social media and the stuff like that. I kind of put on hold a little bit, but we should be getting back into that really good here. Tonight, college football. I mean, I know it took a hurricane to get a Wednesday game, but I'm all over it. So that's my top play tonight. I'm still going to look at MLB. Yesterday I got screwed with the Pirates and Cardinals. The Cardinals have nothing to play for. They're going to get beat by my Phillies soon enough. So I rode with the Pirates there. I saw 7-7, thought, what the hell's going on? But, sometimes you get bit in the ass when you go for the plus money. So I'm looking at NBA action right now for my free winner. We can jump on a lot of these futures. I mean, if you look at some of the best teams in the NBA, it's made up of 3 teams. Like I can name 3 guys from probably every NBA team. But we're looking at the Pelicans here, and we had Graham, Valanciunas, and then Jones, who stepped up as a defensive player of the year. They added C.J. McCollum to that team, so that's 4 guys that made a team that made it to the playoffs. Graham is by far the most underrated player. I mean, when he's on the court, they score, they do a lot. Now you're getting Zion Williamson back. There hasn't been more hype about Zion since LeBron James came out of high school. Since Zion was drafted, these other guys that go first round, the hype is not there. And it's because Zion is that good of a player, and he's healthy, and he's ready. Because if he plays the whole season, that $193 whatever $1 million extension they gave him goes up another $40 million. So I can bet, broken foot or not, that guy's going to keep playing. That's a lot of money just to be hurt. So what we're looking at is the future of 44.5 wins. Last year, 36 wins with the guys that I talked about earlier. Now you're throwing Zion back in there. So now you got Nance going to the bench. Great bench player. Jackson, he can go to the bench. And then you look at their 8th round draft pick, Dyson. This kid is raw. He's big. He can defend. I think they got something special there in their 8th draft pick. So I like the Pelicans to go over to 44.5. I'm betting that big. I'm also going to bet the plus 400 that they win the Southwest because you got to look. They got the Mavericks and they got the Grizzlies that are ranked higher than them. The Grizzlies was like plus 100. Mavericks are plus almost 200. But you can get the Pelicans at plus 400 to win the Southwest. I like that. I mean, I'm actually going to put a little bit on the Rockets to win because that's plus 50,000, so I'm going to bet $1 on that just for shits and giggles. But I love this Pelicans team. I was always a fan of Josh Hart. I actually was sad to see him go, Villanova kid. I loved him, but it seems to be paying off for them. So I'm going to ride the Pelicans over 44.5 for a big future bet here.
Kevin Thomas, a perennial all over the sports memo leaderboards and multiple sports, over 44.5. He's going to put a little something on them. A lot of value, plus 4-1 on there. And he says even the Rockets at 50,000 to 1, put a couple bucks, Broken clock is right twice a day when it comes to teams like the Rockets. When it comes to teams like the Rockets, you never know. An injury or two or something happens. 50,000 to 1, man. That buys a lot of tacos on Tuesdays. I'll tell you that. I love you. Guys, Kevin Thomas is doing some great work. He's going to stick around because I do have a question for him about the playoffs and the, because we know in baseball, one of the sharpest minds in baseball today, one of the sharpest minds in sports betting, Kevin Thomas. He's going to stick around. And, guys, if you have any questions for Kevin pertaining to anything, I mean, you're going to ask him if he's going to come on the next show in his Speedo. Because we're not going to ask Jesse Shule that, I'll tell you that, because we know he comes on in his Speedo anyway. But Kevin's always here, and he is one of the best there is. After the show, go over to Sports Memo, follow Kevin. You're going to follow him to the back. We've got the best customer appreciation discounts in the business. Let's go to the prettiest person on this panel. I got to tell you, this does look like a dating site. But let's go to Dionne D'Amico, who is the first lady of Las Vegas. And, baseball all season long, she's been on the leaderboard. WNBA. Last year finished second in college football. She's doing well on the gridiron right now. But WNBA is around the corner. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, Dionne.
What's that?
We're pregnant. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. She's thinking about going into the NHL and putting out some NHL this year. And I don't do NHL, guys. Not something I do. I stick with what I know. Dionne's going to do because the last few years she's betted. She's done quite well. Last year she bet a little bit more. And she was very successful monitoring herself. She's thinking about doing some NHL for you guys. If she does, I'm going to tell you right now, She's going to prove to you that woman could kick ass on the ice too. Dionne's going to tell you what she's excited about on the premium side. She's got another free play, as you know, and she's going to tell you about yesterday's free play. Our free plays the last 2 or 3 months, over 80% here on the show. Dionne, take it away.
Thank you. Since it is the last day of the regular season in baseball, I am passing today in baseball, but I will have all of my Friday football releases up by tonight. And as far as Saturday and Sunday's games, those will be up tomorrow. So make sure that you check the website later on today in the afternoon. Today's free play actually may make it as a premium play for me today. And I wanted to give it out to you because I do like it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the gridiron where SMU and Central Florida finally get to face off one another after being postponed multiple times due to the hurricane. SMU comes in here with a 2-2 record after losing back-to-back games, while Central Florida sports a 3-1 record. When I first looked at this matchup, I would have sided with SMU +3, but when the line went to 2.5, it made me shy away from the side. But something did catch my eye with the total. With that said, the Mustangs offense has been good this season, but on the defensive side, they have struggled. They ranked 94th nationally in yards allowed per game and 109th against the run. In 3 of their 4 games this year, the total has gone under. And when playing on the road, the under is 4-0 in their last 4. And the Knights, they have been inconsistent throwing the ball. They struggled against the Cardinal and the Yellow Jackets. Their only loss was 20-14 at Louisville, where John Rice Plumlee did not play well. During that loss, he completed less than 50% of his passes and finished with 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. UCF is also holding opponents to only 13.5 points per game, and the total has gone under in 3 of their last 4. It is also 4-0 in the last 4 following a straight-up win, and 5-1 in the last 6 overall. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the under.
First Lady Las Vegas says SMU UCF under 63. That game goes off tonight,
That
guys,
goes
which
off
is
tonight.
Wednesday. And she does say that this may make it as a
It
premium
still
play.
may make it as a premium play, but I wanted to go ahead and give
And
it
I want
out
to
to
tell you,
everybody.
not only is she cute to look at, but she could pick winners too. She's all over the sportsman leaderboards. But on top of that, I'll tell you how much of a trooper she is. You could obviously hear her voice, my voice. They're not, but we won't let you down. Last week, we were not in any shape. We didn't look good. We didn't sound good to be here. We were dealing with that. Our 4th bout of COVID.
But I wasn't going to let anybody down.
I got to tell you, though, but on a nice note, chlamydia is going around Vegas. We don't have that. I got Pavlos. So, guys, she says take under 63. And she's got some great things happening on the premium side. I got to tell you, we did our power ratings last night. Our 2 sets of power ratings, which takes like 12 hours, dude. And there's some things that she's really excited about this weekend. There might be some, and I'm sorry, I'm letting the cat out of the bag twice. No, we're not pregnant, but there's some things she's really excited about that she may get a player or 2 up for the weekend tonight, so you can take advantage of the lines before they start to move. Let me bring our cast back now, guys. We have some questions. I know the show runs long now because we're doing a little more fluff and a lot more questions with you guys. Fire away, because I know I got some questions for Kevin, Pavlos, Dionne, and myself. And after I do my free play, we'll run down. If you missed any of our free plays, we'll run them down at the end of the show. We got some great discounts. But guys, I'm going to tell you right now, adjust the volumes, because your sexy and savory host is going to kill it today with his free play. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, between you and me, I felt the pickings were a little slim today. There was only 1 football game, and that is in the college ranks. The line scared me a little bit. Not going to lie to you. When it went from 3 down to 2.5, I had a small lean on SMU, but not strong enough of an opinion, especially with the number dropping. I didn't love it. Now, normally, if I did like it, and I would say, hey, yeah, buy it back for the extra few pennies. Wasn't in love with it. And then on top of that, I think we can all agree that the last day of the MLB regular season is a lot like the last week of the NFL regular season. You know, me personally, I like to stay with teams that need victories to either make the cut or better their seeding. And the brackets are all set, and I'm going to ask Kevin a question about the brackets in a minute. So that point is moot. So having said that, I don't have anything on the premium side today. I'm not here to give you action. I'm here to give you winners. And I think it tells you a lot about the integrity of the cameras at Sportsman, because a lot of us do pass on certain days. You're never going to see us pass on a Saturday or Sunday in college or pro football, or on a Wednesday or a Saturday in college basketball, so to speak. But I want to tell you now, during the week, you're going to see some of your favorite cappers not give you some, because we're not here to give you action. We're here to give you winners, high percentage plays, and that's why the integrity of the cappers at Sportsman is unrivaled. Guys, but I will tell you, I do absolutely love playing the Thursday night NFL game and the Colts-Broncos matchup. It's available right now at Sportsman. As a matter of fact, I put up with my AFC total of the month, and it is for $25. You use that discount you see going across the bottom of the screen, you get it for $15. You
That's a
follow
great
me in
deal.
that play. You're going to go into the weekend with a bankroll. Let's talk about my free play. Goes off Friday night. Just got paid. We're body hunting, baby. As far as the free play for today, let's look at the NCAA football Friday matchup between Colorado State and Nevada. My friends, there is no arguing the fact that both the Rams and the Wolfpack are in for very long regular seasons. So, having said that, currently Colorado State 0-4 straight up and against the spread. Nevada 2-3 also straight up and against the spread. The Rams are losing by an average of 30-plus points per game. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, playing teams like Michigan and Washington State, that we were surprised by those lopsided defeats, but they were a favorite against Middle Tennessee State, and they got shellacked, as well as being a small underdog and getting decimated by who? Sacramento State, guys. This team has no offense whatsoever. They average less than 11 points per game. As a matter of fact, they're ranked at or near the worst in the nation in most offensive categories. To add insult to injury, they've coughed up the ball 5 times already. Now, Nevada defense, they've given up some points. Not going to argue that either. And after a strong start with decisive victories over New Mexico State and Texas State, winning and covering both, they've now lost and failed to cover 3 in a row. I expected them to lose to Iowa and to Air Force, but losing to Incarnate Word. Yes, even I had to check IW when I saw it in the loss column. Incarnate Word was a shocker to me. But one thing this team can do is create turnovers. They've already snagged 7 turnovers defensively. Offensively, they leave a lot to be desired, but when they're facing a stop unit that's allowing over 41 points per game, and you've only turned the ball over twice so far, I expect the Wolfpack to start generating some points here. This is the game. Listen, we know they're not going to go to national championship. They're not going to go to a major bowl. They're not going to go to any bowl. But this is a game that would be a big game for them to at least get the team and their supporters, the school, excited about with a big win here. They've got a decent quarterback at the helm, Nate Cox. He's good. He's adequate, guys. I really do look for them to run the ball with enormous success here on the legs of Tua. Say that 10 times quick. Devontae Lane, even the dual threat quarterback Cox. They've got 3 guys in the backfield that can run the ball. You're going to see a lot of running. They'll control the clock. They'll keep the other team's defense, CSU's defense, on the field, gasping by the second half. All right, guys. The Rams are 0-4 ATS the last 4 in the series, 0-6 ATS the last 6 against conference opponents, 0-5 ATS the last 5 on the road. And, guys, 1-10 ATS the last 11 overall. Let's take the Wolfpack here. I'm not worried about the 3.5. I think this team wins by a minimum of 7 to 10 points. Lay the 3.5. Let's bring back our crew. We've got a couple of questions for everybody, if that's okay. We're going to go with Pavlos. Pavlos, you're very popular here. We got a couple questions for you. Let me go to the first. He's a regular on the show. We love him. Hold on a second. I got to go get it. Pavlos, this is for you. Are you expecting a lot of goals in the PSG-Benfica match? If you could take it away for our good friend Mixed by Post.
Yeah, this is a very tricky match tonight. I actually gave out both teams to score no at plus 150 as a free play in stoppage time yesterday because I think the price is really, it's off the hook. I mean, plus 150, 2 seemingly good defenses. Benfica, if they score the first goal, they're going to park the bus no matter what. They're going to put 11 players behind the ball. PSG, they have no reason to destroy Benfica. Of course, Benfica, they've traditionally done very poorly against big sides like, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and PSG are a big side. All things considered, I do not see a lot of goals here. And this is a very tricky match. I think there's a lot of value in other matches tonight and tomorrow as well. So, yeah, maybe not so. I'm not so fond of many goals here.
Great stuff. Pavlos, if you don't mind, we got one more.
Mm-hmm.
One more question, one more soccer question. What do you think about the BTTS over 3.5 goals, Bayern Dortmund?
Well, traditionally, this is a blind bet in the sense that I believe each of the last 7 or 8 matches between the 2 sides have had both teams to score and over 3.5 goals. However, I want to see tonight how Dortmund will do against Sevilla. They're playing in Champions League tonight, and I'll make my final decision. Unless they suck horribly hard tonight, don't bet it. But if they play well tonight, I think you should bet it because I think there's going to be goals. But this Dortmund side has been quite an enigma so far in the season. That's why I have my doubts. But I think, this is one of the matches that could easily produce 4 or 5 goals and goals from both sides, yes.
Great stuff from the Greek god of soccer. Let's go to Kevin Thomas. Kevin, I know that you are one of the sharpest minds in all of sports betting today, but I like to pick your brain about baseball because, man, you know the science of baseball and you know the pitchers, you know it all. The matchups are set for the postseason. Obviously, the top two teams in both leagues, the Yankees, Astros, Braves, Dodgers, are all sitting and waiting till after the first round. Of the first round, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Seattle, Toronto, Philly, St. Louis, San Diego, New York. Is there one matchup you think really, or one series you think, boom, it's not going to go very far. It's not going to be very competitive. Is there one that really will be a runaway in the first round?
I would look at the Seattle-Toronto. I think Seattle has the pitching to play with Toronto, but it's the bats. Rodriguez, I don't know his status. I think he's coming back, but still, Seattle's not known for scoring runs, especially on the road. They're more of a home user pitching staff, so I think Toronto might have the runaway.
Okay.
And the other one is I'm not sure about the Phillies-Cardinals matchup here. I think the Phillies with Wheeler and Nola actually have the advantage, especially I know Goldschmidt, everyone's saying NL MVP, this and that, but you got Bryce Harper, and I've been listening to a lot of his interviews and stuff, and I think he's fired up. And this young team, like Stott and all these guys that have been starting to play, Verling, these guys can contribute. Schwarber, like 45 home runs. I know his batting average is like 200, but the Cardinals pitching does not scare me. I think the matchup people in Philly wanted was the Mets, just because they thought the Mets were the better team. So let's play the best team right away. I think the Mets steamroll the Padres. I don't know what's going on with the Padres. So if I had to bet what team to take the series, it would probably be the Mets over the Padres. They might sweep that series.
Great stuff, from the science of baseball, from one of the sharpest minds of sports betting, Kevin Thomas. Now, guys, I want to go over to Dionne for one question. We had a comment. Garrick Williams he's been a regular and always a supporter of us. And as you guys know, Dionne is all over the leaderboards in multiple sports, and her free plays on this show, the football show, and the Family Affairs shows over 80% for a couple of months. 80% on free plays. Yesterday, our free play didn't come in. We didn't want to be afraid. And Garrick, we love you, man. We are always so respectful. We adore you. He said that yesterday he had to fade her free play on the Phillies.
Unfortunately, I do my best to give you guys quality plays. I want to make sure that you make money with me. Some of these plays are right on the line of me posting them for premium plays, but I still want to give them out to you to make sure that you have something of quality. Unfortunately, I know the Phillies did not come in with me yesterday, but like Joey did mention, I am still hitting over 80% of my free plays. And Garrick, I am very happy that at least you won yesterday. So kudos to you on, with winning your ticket yesterday. I try my best to do everything that I can for you guys, but kudos to you.
There you go, guys. Guys, we don't, and we appreciate all your love and support and your questions, guys, and you're always so respectful. Most of you are. By the way, Kevin, we had a guy on the Monday show.
It was Monday.
I said something that the Yankees, I said, Judge will hit it. I'm not worried. And I said, and the Yankees will take the division. And the only team I'm really worried about, I said something about the Mets. I said, of the two teams in New York, the Yankees are the only team with heart. I said, if the Mets had any heart, they would have went to the Fall Classic more than once over the last decade and probably walked away with at least one World Series ring. As a matter of fact, guys, just to tell you the truth, the only great sport you see in Queens is in tennis, okay? At Forest Hills. That's all you're going to see. Now, I know Kevin said, and I agree with him, I think they beat the Padres in this first round. But I had somebody actually, Kevin, say that I'm an old man. I don't know what I'm talking about. And that I'm on drugs because the Yankees stink and they stink and they stink and the Mets are going to kill them. Meanwhile, I said all season long, I said, and I give the Mets credit. Same thing, last few years, but then their hitting starts to fall off. They don't get that consistency. I think Atlanta was the cream of that crop. So just to that guy who says I was on drugs and that I'm an old man, buddy, they've been throwing young guys at me for years in this business. I'm still here. I may not have my hair, but I'm still here, and they come and go, you son of a gun. So I got you anyway. So now,
one sexy son of a bitch.
See that? My wife thinks I'm sexy. That's only because I'm not wearing pants today on the show. Don't talk about not wearing pants. Jesse Schul gets excited. I love our buddy Jesse Schul. Guys, we're going to take off, guys, and I love you guys, but let's run down the free plays real quick. Our buddy Ross Benjamin, who I think rumor has it he's dating Cardi B. Wow, man, he better take some Viagra with that Geritol. I love him. Guys, he said the Colts plus 3.5. He says if it doesn't even go to 3 because there are some threes wrong, he's not worried about it. Pavlos, what'd you have for everybody tonight?
I have a play that goes live tomorrow, Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern in the Europa League, Arsenal versus Bodo Glimt. We're going to take both teams to score at -110.
Gotta love him. Kevin Thomas, what'd you have for everybody today on the show?
Yeah, NBA futures, Pelicans over 44.5 wins, -140.
I love it. I tell you right now, I'm going to put 1,400 on it right now, right after the show myself. Dan, what'd you have for everybody?
I am going with SMU UCF under 63.
She said smooth. By the way, Kevin, I want you to know, as the person who gave me that play, you're in for 12.5%. Anyway, your sexy and savory host says Nevada Friday night. They're gonna crush CSU. I think it's a 7 or 10-point win minimum. Guys, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are at Sports Memo. Go to the Sports Memo Twitter page. Follow Sports Memo. Kevin, Pavlos, Dionne, Ross, myself, all your favorite cappers. We post tons of free content over the Sports Memo Twitter page. You're also going to get futures, odds, and some great columns. A lot of guys are writing columns. A lot of your favorite cappers are doing it. So follow them. Also, follow who?
You can find Ross over on Twitter at RossBenjamin1. You can find Pavlos at Polly_WT. Kevin at Kevin Thomas 04. You can find myself over at the First Lady of Vegas and Joey over at Joe D'Amico Wins. And don't forget to tune in the rest of this week for some more special guests and a ton of free winners. And on behalf of Sports Memo, Pavlos, Ross, Kevin, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Jeez, are you going too quick for me, honey?
I'm sorry. Should I keep
just like our first date? You're going too fast. Now, guys, we love you. Once again, to everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. We got a lot more changes. We got a lot of new changes, and we got some new guests coming on that never before seen on Sports Memo TV. So stay tuned for that. You're gonna love it. You won't be disappointed. Once again, everybody out there, thank you for tuning in, and good luck, and have a winning day.